If you're an American watching this hearing, come here. You need to be reminded. It's true, we can never forget. And the thought that went into this place as we walked down into this chamber, the way those first responders did, what really struck me were those pictures of the people that day in New York, all fixated on the exact same thing as we were told 2 billion other people around the world watched in real time the tragedy of that day. We had a great dinner last night, and we all went around the table. I think it was Senator Peters and Senator Romney's idea. Let's just all go and describe what you were doing 9/11. Those of us who are alive, we all remember it. And for my part, I was just in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, in our office, looking at the TV and making probably the exact same comment that probably 2 billion people made or thought. This changes everything. But then in the days that followed that, the pictures that emerged of the firefighters, the Port Authority, the cops in New York City, the responders, walking up the steps, rushing into danger to save their fellow Americans. As we watched the finest among us, the men and women of the military, also respond and volunteer and go halfway around the world to not only defend our freedom, but literally try and develop freedom and liberty and democracies for people they have no idea who they were. That is something pretty unique about America. We're not perfect, but I happen to think we are a phenomenal force for good in the world. And in the midst of tragedy, and not just 9/11, every mass shooting, every hurricane, every natural disaster seems to always bring out the examples of the goodness of the American people. To me, that's what this hearing is about. This is what our responsibility is, to not only preserve this good nation for future generations, to make sure it thrives. That's our responsibility. I want to thank everybody for their service and really just conclude by saying, God bless America.